we just made some jokes about vibe coding and vibe hacking. And the reality is this is becoming a big thing. Like vibe coding is becoming very pervasive. And we don't have a story in the pot to talk about today, but there's a big hoopla about this thing called the T app that was hacked. And there's allegations that it was vibe coded, and I don't know if that's the case or not, but it almost doesn't matter so much because we know that we know vibe coding is happening. We also know that people who are apt, likely, not always, to use this this technique are doing so because they're not necessarily conversant in programming. Like they're not necessarily software developers. Now that's not exclusively so. Like we know that there are instances where LLMs are being used to be a force multiplier for existing experienced software developers. And I'm not talking about that, but there are a lot of people who are doing this vibe coding thing who really don't have much of any background. There is this assumption, and it's almost like anthropomorphizing AI. It's attributing capabilities to AI that aren't there. These tools are not intelligent in the way that I think a lot of people believe that they are. Not yet, at least. I'm not saying that, by the way, I'm not saying in 5 years, 10 years, 15 years that they won't get there. I'm saying that today, if you ask an AI LLM to write some code, it's not necessarily going to write the thing that you are hoping it would write. And if you aren't smart enough to know to review what it created, you're probably going to get disappointed.
I like to say we've got artificial intelligence. We don't have artificial wisdom.
It's a good way to characterize it.